What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the S&P 500, as well as Solana. And as you guys know, we've been tracking a Solana breakout over the past couple of days now. We saw on the 4-hour charts that there was a beautiful bull flag forming here, which is pretty much consists of a flag pull up, the flag itself in a lower high, lower low pattern, and then typically we break through the price ceiling, and that stems a buy-in opportunity, and we have now officially hit our price target. I've been on the fence and a bit biased and skeptical because it has been a very long time since we've seen any cryptos in an uptrend here, and we're finally starting to see Solana do that here. We were actually able to trade off Solana and get in some profit, which is super cool. I did jump the gun and I did leave out early here, but I was just messing around on the other exchange here, but I was able to lock in some profit super easily here. But for those that are watching, I'm sure a lot of you guys are able to take advantage of the bull flag here as we just recently hit the target. So I'm excited to go over that and go in depth with you guys in a minute here. We're also going to be looking at XRP, which is next to pump on the markets here. We're almost days away, if not hours away. It could even be as early as today where we break through our major symmetrical triangle here and could potentially see that break to the upside that we've all been patiently waiting for. However, with Solana hitting its price ceiling, there's a chance this looks like it could correct. And with XRP, who knows? It could also lead into a correction as this fell down into one. Ideally, what I mean is this had a flag pull. The flag fell into a symmetrical triangle, which typically breaks us down even further here. But then when you throw on, Ethereum and Bitcoin, things also start to change. Here's a major bull flag formation here, and we're looking for what happened to Solana to happen to Ethereum and Bitcoin here, but on a much larger scale. The only issue is we're now facing some very, very, very strong, difficult times as we're retesting moving average, as well as there's a downtrend here. So it's pretty problematic if you ask me. Now we're also going to be looking at Bitcoin and then the S&P 500 and going off there. Now, with all that being said, make sure to smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. So guys, before I go any further, BYDFI is giving away pretty much $350 to new users as well as to people that deposit on the exchange. This is a great way for you guys to get some free cryptocurrency. All you need to do is make a deposit or sign up, get your free cryptocurrency, do what you want with it, withdraw it, go from there here. I think the deposit rewards are given on Fridays, which is super cool here, but definitely make sure to check that out. Link down in the description. Get your free cryptocurrency while it lasts, as there's just about 2 weeks left in this giveaway, and then that goes away. So make sure to check that out ASAP. Anywho, diving into today's video, looking at XRP, we'll start to look at XRP and go from there. You'll notice here within the XRP pattern here, if I jump to the weekly charts, kind of the consolidation point that we're dealing with here. Now, a couple of days ago, I did actually scale back the charts and focus in on what could be a weekly symmetrical triangle forming here. We almost discovered that there were resistances up top here where we had these wicks retest numerous occasions, 1, 2, 3, and then bottom support was on multiple occasions as well. So I kind of want to leave this the way it is because it seems pretty resilient, if you know what I mean here, in regards to drawing a new technical pattern here. Look, 4 points of confirmation on bottom support. So if we scale out there, it does appear like there is something really big forming here. We are starting to consolidate, and at some point we should hopefully break through it. Now, again, this is long term. We're looking at something that could take months to consolidate. I mean, this would be August, May, June, July, August, up until we retest the price ceiling here in the long term in the weekly charts. But again, if this breaks through and we head to the upside like this, we could easily see 85 cents. I mean, it would be a massive rally to the upside here if we take the price range here. Check this out. From this point breakout here, it'd be like a 55% rally in just a couple of weeks here. But that's just talking about things on the weekly charts. If we were to kind of zoom in a little bit closer, then we would be able to see something a little bit better on the daily charts here. So that's weekly, which takes a very long time, and the long-term possibility of things is bullish in my opinion. When we jump to the daily charts here, check this out here. This shows even more of a symmetrical triangle forming here as we're starting to retest quite a bit of resistance here. You'll notice we're pretty much hanging out on this bottom support here on the weekly charts, consolidating for the most part here, but we're also getting very close to trying to break through at least the moving average on the weekly chart. But if we jump to the daily, you'll notice here we're pretty much at completion already. Higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and then most likely lower high. And as we fill this in, it's either A, going to send us all the way to this price ceiling, or we'll break out earlier than that. But ideally, if we confirm closure above this major resistance in this yellow resistance here, we close on the daily above that, there's a good chance we will see a climb or a slow movement to the upside here. Vice versa, we break through the price floor, we close below maybe 49.50 cents here, then there's a good chance we're going to short this as we'll continue our downtrend and correction to the bottom. Both are very reasonable, and it really doesn't matter which direction we move to because we'll be able to trade on it regardless of the direction that it moves. So that's totally fine with me, if that makes sense. Like, looking at Solana, this is just an easy one. Obviously, we all like us to be breaking to the upside here, but it's not always that common here. We have a beautiful bull flag forming. Beautiful movement to the upside here. You can see the beautiful flag pull. Lower high, lower low. And then you can see once we confirm that closure, that 4-hour candle closed above our downtrend here, that's when we bought in. And then we set our stop loss lower here. And then since then, as it was getting late, I moved my stop loss up and we hit it and we got stopped out. But regardless, it still completed its uptrend. We just need to be a little bit more patient, or at least I do, as I'm just slowly getting familiar with a new exchange. But regardless, you can see the uptrend that's taking place. Now, jumping to the daily and extending things back, I would very much so expect to see pullback. Consider that today is Friday, and with that being a Friday here, we're going to enter the weekend, and we're probably not going to see much happen. Obviously, anything's possible, but because we just hit target, I would be very, very, very surprised if, this is today's candle here, but if we broke through this resistance, I would be shocked. We've had a big problem using this as a means of support. Now it's going to act as resistance. So more than likely, I would expect to see correction to the downside here. I'd be very shocked and very surprised if we broke through price ceiling. More than likely, what's going to happen is we correct down. This is what we're expecting to see happen here. So expect correction as we were overbought on the 4-hour. We're not overbought just yet on the daily charts here, but I would likely expect to see a dump or a correction or a reversal to the downside here. So if things look good this weekend here, we close below here, I might put in a short position to the downside. So if you missed out on the opportunity to capitalize on the run, you can always capitalize on the dump to the downside. Same thing goes with Ethereum. I think Ethereum's looking really hot and really good. I mean, this is a massive, and I mean a monstrous, enormous bull flag forming here, and all we need is for us to confirm closure. Like I said, I'm waiting for us to confirm right above here, and then I'm buying in the long. It is that simple, as I would expect to see an immediate pump to the upside. We're trading at 50 right now, so we look incredibly well on the relative strength indicator. So all we need to do is break through this moving average, this like slop zone here, this just turbulence area. And if we can confirm closure above that, I would very likely expect to see a major rally bull run to the upside on Ethereum and also on Bitcoin. But for the time being, we're testing a resistance here. It's very possible that we could reject off, and all these cryptos have the possibility of falling lower. Solana looks good for a correction here. XRP could dip lower. Ethereum could break down again, and Bitcoin could easily correct to the downside. So we have to spend quite a bit of time focusing on these resistances and see, are we going to have the room or the volume to break through it this weekend, or are we going to consolidate out a little bit more? And that's pretty much where we're at. As for the S&P, everybody thinks we're overbought. I truly believe we're overbought. We're overbought right now in the daily charts. If we jump to the weekly, we're retesting overbought yet again as we now approach a new all-time highs, which is insane. And I think it's only a matter of time before we dip. I think it is way too overextended here, and a dip back down a moving average would be healthy and necessary, as this looks identical. I mean, if I extend this out a little bit and we look at the COVID pump that we had, we look identical. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything here, but this previous pattern, when we started to literally dump money into the economy and we rose way overbought way too quickly. Well, what happened after that? We had months of correction, lower high, lower low pattern. We just kept correcting to the downside here. That's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, we are just artificially inflating this market back here. The economy is clearly not healthy, and we've been on just a parabolic pump to the upside here. And you can see if I just scale this up here, since bottom, we're up 28%, which is insane here. So it doesn't seem likely that we're going to maintain this here. And it almost seems like we need to come back down, because you can notice in the past here, if I show you in the past, we're typically not that far away from our weekly moving average. But the past couple of years, we've been extremely far away from that, which means we are going to correct at an extremely aggressive rate. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but easily by the end of this year into next year, I would not be surprised if we see a pretty big halt and reversal, which is why it's a good time to start hoarding money, cash, getting ready for a buying opportunity. Once we come a bit closer to that moving average, that'll be that opportunity to buy in. And that's what I'm waiting for here, because right now it just seems so overextended. I mean, I don't think we can go any higher. I think it's necessary that we pull back down at this point here, because we are so far away from reality. So I think soon the stock market will catch up with the economy. We'll see. But with that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, join BYDFI. They're giving away tons of free stuff here. They have a welcome rewards bonus, which I highly recommend you check out. Over $2,000 in free cryptocurrency you can claim with the link down in the description below. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.